And we are doing a deep dive into one of my favorite new cards released, period, this Jeff Green. I haven't had this feeling since so long ago, way back in the day when MyTeam came out. This card is fun, and he's good. I think this card is a triple threat cheeseball because he's going to lower your overalls, but he's going to give you the same production as many a diamond card. And let's get right into it. So look at his hot zones. Are actually very good hot zones. He's missing two of the key ones, but he's got all of the rest of the key ones. He's got the corners, which is really important for a 3/4. Big character model. Maybe his haircut's making him look even bigger, but he looks like got nice size arms. And he's got this one also in the middle. All right. Let's look at what he's bringing to the table from an attribute and badge standpoint. But I have already done a mini deep dive on the pack opening with this card, and let me tell you, there's some goodies in store. So buckle up for this video because I've got some stuff to show you with Jeff Green, guys. All right, so from a finishing perspective, he has Hall of Fame finishing badges, and he has every single one, including Slithery, at least on gold. He literally has all of the good Hall of Fame badges, right? All of like the Pro-Am Park Hall of Fame badges, he has either Hall of Fame or in gold. Acrobat, Consistent, Fancy, Contact, Relentless. Pro Touch is there. It's not the biggest badge in the world. But the Cross Keys is not the biggest badge in the world, but I do think it's a little more of a factor in MyTeam. I'll show you guys why it's more of a factor in MyTeam with this card in this deep dive. And that Slithery Finisher and Teardropper are also very good. All right, shooting badges. He's got the quick draw, of course. He's got catch and shoot and corner specialist. Regrettably, no range extender. If he had range extender, he'd be a meta card. I'm telling you guys that right now. If this card had range extender, he'd be ridiculous. As it is, I actually do put him above Clay, but in a different way. So I think Clay is a character you can put on a real team, and yeah, his 70 speed sucks, but literally everything else about the card is amazing. The Ruby Clay. This card, he's like a diamond card except for not having range extender. He's got Hall of Fame quick first step and gold downhill. And look at these defensive badges. Gold clamps on a small forward, power forward. Chase down artist on an athletic card. You know how I feel about that. It's got pickpocket interceptor on a 6/9 card. That's cheese. He's got pogo stick and post move lockdown. Also cheese. The only badge he doesn't have is intimidator. If this guy, again, he's intimidator and range extender away from being a monster. Let me say right now, when they release Diamond Jeff Green, I am first in line. I'm here for Diamond Jeff Green. Let's look at the ratings real quick. Okay, so his three-pointers are 85. It is not the greatest three-pointer in the world. It's a good three-pointer. You should be able to make basically every shot. Before Ruby, who's such a phenomenal finisher and has what I'm going to show to be some fantastic animations. His shooting is excellent within that context. And again, it totally elite dunking. 86 ball control on a 6/9 card. I remember when they weren't handing 86 ball control to every Tom, Dick, and Harry 6/9 card. And now this guy has it. The rebounding is solid. Could be a little better on the rebounding for the 4. It's much more like the Galaxy Opal Kevin Durant, where you're giving up a little bit on that end on the rebounding, but at the 3 he should be totally fine. And as a defender, he can defend a 3 great. Right? He's got a 92 lateral quickness and a 90 speed. Right? He also only has a 70 strength. So I do consider this card a 3, not a 3/4. But if you guys, want to roll the dice and throw him at the 4, you know what you're giving up. You're giving up on some strength, some interior defense, and some rebounding. But you do have the pogo stick to make it up. So that's a little plus right there. All right. So let's get into the nitty-gritty with Jeff Green. Now, I've seen some people say they don't like his shot. I think his shot's really good. The thing about his shot is you do have to get used to it. It's as the ball's about to go forward, like as it's kind of going forward, and it's very quick. But once you get used to it, you will be able to green up with the shot pretty repeatedly. You just got to get used to the shot. All right, so I do think it's a good shot. I don't think he's a full white monster or anything. He just is going to take a little extra practice time for you to get into the rhythm of shooting rhythm. And keeping in mind, he is, an 85 three-point shooter. He's not a 95 three-point shooter. So you're going to miss a couple with him, but by and large, if your timing's excellent, you've got Dimer, you've got Catch and Shoot, you've got Floor General, he should be hitting shots with great consistency. I liken him to a Kenyon Martin, right? I don't miss with Kenyon Martin for the most part. And I think he will be the same way. Like Kenyon and Karl Malone, he should just be pretty much nailing those shots. All right, we're going to look at his full court dribbles first, but this is not the full juice of the card. But he does have something. All right, so the first big super secret of this card is he does have the glitchy crossover behind the back where you can like cancel the frames and he hops to the side. Very, very good. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold turbo as you're running down court. Let's do that. And because you're holding turbo, you cancel the animation frames of the crossover directly into the behind the back. See that? See how he hitched right there? All right, I'm going to show it to you again. So if I'm not holding turbo, this is what his crossover behind the back looks like. Let's try it again. Let's try that again. So you're not holding turbo. You're running crossover behind the back. You see there's a hitch in it. And if you don't do it immediately, you'll also get the slow one, right? So crossover, behind the back. Crossover, behind... Well, come on, Jeff. Give me a break, buddy. Crossover, behind the back. Ah, come on, bro. Crossover. It's so hard to do it slow. The slow one is useless, so you don't have to worry about execution errors. I'm going to show you the fast one in a second. There we go. Crossover behind the back. You see he's got a big stall. Now you would think, oh man, that crossover behind the back is trash. Oh no. You just got to do it quick. Crossover behind the back. Look at that. What happened to those animation frames? What is going on right now? That is so glitchy, man. So he's got that move, which is great. Let's check out his in and out real quick. Great in and out. So if you go the same direction with that in and out, it should be really strong. In and out, same direction. You see he takes a nice wide angle, which is great. And you can also most likely go straight from that in and out into the crossover behind the back, the glitchy stuff, right? So this guy's already got some major glitchiness with him, and we haven't even gotten into the half-court stuff yet, which is where the real juice is. Let's look at a few more full-court dribbles. See his half spin, very good half spin. Keep in mind, this is all on a 6'10". Let's look at his hesitation branches real quick, and then we're going to get into the half-court dribbles. All right, Hezi branch 1. So that's his Hezi behind the back. He has a big delay on it, so I do not recommend doing that move. That's his Hezi. Whoa, he did a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't ask him to do. Let's try that again. I'm trying to do Hezi between the legs. There we go. Hezi between the legs is a little slow. The good thing is it's good for stopping and popping on a three-point line, and it's also good for changing direction because he does have the Hezi into shot. Although with him, without range extender, I don't recommend that as a primary game plan. So with him in the full court, I would say definitely the real power is in and out. Let's see the Hezi left stick crossover. Yeah, the Hezi left stick crossover rarely fails us. So his Hezi left stick crossover is super excellent. So if you're in a full court with him, to summarize, you've got the glitchy crossover behind the back where you cancel the frames. You've got the Hezi into left stick crossover, and you've got the in and out branches, right? In and out, same direction. In and out, change direction, should all be good. So he's got a lot of tools in the full court, should be fine. And considering he's a super fast character, especially for a Ruby, he's good to go. Yeah, Shaw, that is some cheese, man. That is some cheese. All right, so let's look at his half court dribbles. Here is the juice, fellas. All right, so I'm gonna go right to the main point of why I'm even making this video and why I'm excited about this card. At 6'9", he has the Pro 3 hesitation. This fool can zigzag like a complete moron. He can zigzag like an idiot. He doesn't need to know anything. He doesn't want to know. He can just go full dumb around the perimeter with a 6'9" and go into hop step dunks. This is going to be one of your best options for Triple Threat Online, mark my words. I'm definitely using him in Triple Threat Online. I might put a diamond contract on this card because he's going to match you up against other poor, innocent Ruby cards, and they are not going to have the tools that he has, and that's why I consider him a very high tier card, because for a Ruby card to have these animations is just crazy. So for those of you not familiar with this channel or these breakdowns, I will explain it really quickly. When you have the Pro 3 hesitation, you have the access to all three options when you're running across the perimeter. Exactly, he's 6'9" Dwayne Wade, right? So your three options are hesitate into the same direction. They are hesitate into the reverse direction, which, let me tell you, this works tremendously well in Park and Rec Center. And then you have hesitate directly into your shot. And with him, it's a very fast shot. You do have to execute this really early if you plan to shoot. It's not as slow as other people's. So as soon as that ball starts to hesi, you've got to go up. Right? So it's kind of when the ball is pretty low. There we go. Boom. Do you see how quick that is, though? Do you see how quick that is? Boom. Immediately into his jumper. So the mix-up extensions are, you know, hesi, continue, hesi into the jumper. Green. What? On a Ruby card? Are you absolutely kidding me? This guy is an S tier Ruby card, man. He's got the cheesy hop step dunks. His dunk package is amazing, but that's not it. He's got more than that. All right, so let's look at his left stick hesitation move. All right, his left trigger, I should say. So that's him tapping left trigger, right? Tap left trigger, go up into a shot immediately. That's all well and good. Let's look at his explosion out of it with that Hall of Fame quick first step. Boom, right to the basket. And now let's look at his step back. Look at the space he creates on that step back. He's got the DemiGod. So off the left trigger, you've got that. This guy's a complete monster. He's just a complete monster. Once he starts moving across the lane like this, it's his world, man. It's absolutely his world. So he's got the hesitation, left trigger, step back, charge out. The only thing that is, I'm not going to say it's a bummer because he's a Ruby card. He shouldn't even be as strong as he is. But the only thing that sucks is that with Bam Adebayo and like Dwayne Wade, when you do the left trigger into the step back, you can shoot immediately. He doesn't have range extender, so you have to attack off of that. But the good thing is he's a slasher, so it's still really powerful with him because you get to choose which direction you go, and they have to honor that. And off of that, what's up, crazy girl? Welcome, welcome. So off of this, he can also snatch back and go right up. This card is an absolute monster. I would highly recommend picking up this card. He's going for buyout at 1K MT. He's one of the best value cards in the game. And for Triple Threat Online, for this card to lower your overall, be good off the ball, be super fast, have basically every weapon you want, he's excellent. But we are not done with this deep dive. Those are the key essentials. Let's look at his half-court, more of his half-court dribbles. So that's his momentum. High tier momentum drastically changes his direction. And of course, with a high tier step back, you can momentum directly into his step back. Now, I will say it combos a little slower than you would want to, which is not normally the case for this step back. There's a pause there, so that's not his ideal move, but he can do everything else. So it honestly, it doesn't even matter. He can obviously double momentum. He can, you know, pull back behind the back. He can momentum directly into the snatch back, pull up for that three. You know, he can momentum, snatch back, pull back, charge forward out of it with Hall of Fame quick first step. Guys, this card is ridiculous. Don't let anyone tell you different. Look at the step back comboing into itself. Look at him just hippity hop around the court like a jackass. And if you let the animation play out a little longer, he even goes farther back. So this is another thing. He can cancel out of his own step back animation, right? So this is me letting the step back complete. And this is me canceling the step back. See? He stops it short, right? So I don't know how useful that is, truth be told, but the fact that he can explode out of his step back with the greatest of ease makes it really, really strong. Yeah, this card is super cheesy. You guys know, I don't hype up cards on this channel. I just give you guys the information. So when I write DemiGod in the title, you know I'm not exaggerating. You know I'm not just saying that for kicks, man. This card is ridiculous. He can shoot the three. He's an elite slasher. He's an elite ball handler. He's got the glitchy crossover behind the back in the full court. Did you see the ball just disappear from one hand to the other like he was Dr. Stephen Strange? This card is crazy. He's nuts. Put this card in the insane asylum because he's out of his mind. I love this card to death. I'm so excited to have a Ruby triple threat card that I can use, and the only compromise I'm making is range extender versus another card I would use. Literally, that's it. I feel like I'm basically using a faster Bam out of bio without range extender. So, true DemiGod card. I think I showed you everything relevant with the card in terms of dribbles. So let's go ahead and look at his leaners and stuff like that. Not that anybody's shooting leaners with Jeff Green, but he is pretty good at it. He's got a nice straight up and down leaner. See, it goes right into his shot form. Pretty easy green window there. And he has all of the hot zones to hit there as well. Since he's 6'9", let's see if he can do the post double hop. He can do the post double hop. This guy's a cheese ball. If you're new to this channel, the post double hop is basically you do the post hop, you hold right trigger, and press up on the right stick. If you try to combo out of that with anything other than a crossover directly to the basket, you see the card has a stumble animation there. You can get rid of that stumble animation by tapping left trigger, right? So if you tap, so as his feet are about to land, you tap left trigger right there, and then you can immediately hop back out of it. You can post double hop into 3-point range, which is very, very hard to chase because 2K doesn't have the motion system to allow you to chase people out of the post. So he can double hop into his own 3-point shot, but because he's an elite slasher as well, he can also double hop into going to the basket at a wider, impossible to defend angle. This card is the best Ruby card in the game. He's even better than Derrick Jones Jr. and Clay, in my opinion, even though I do think Clay is a higher tier role player. If you're talking about triple threat online, this is the #1 Ruby card in the game that I've personally seen. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Other good ones would be guys like Jordan Clarkson, who has clamps and stuff like that. He's pretty solid. But on the guard, I think you really want range extender. And you definitely need clamps. I don't think clamps is a worthy... Like, I don't think you should go into triple threat without clamps at all. I don't think it's worth it. Just find a budget card that does have clamps, like my man Jeff Green right here. So I'll run you through his dunk packages real quick, but you can see me throughout the video doing them. They're all very good. Here's a strong hand, weak hand, same hand. Here's strong hand, same hand. You're going to get a really nice dunk there. So his strong hand dunks are absolutely top tier. He dunks like he really loves to do it and like he really hates you in the rim. As you can see, this card just has it all, man. This card has it all. He's definitely one of the most fun cards they've released from an animation perspective. I'll tell you what, if Aaron Gordon had this guy's animations, I would have never sold him. I'd be sitting here without a LeBron because I would have been too attached to Aaron Gordon to get rid of him. So hopefully that has given you guys all the tools you need to know whether or not you should get this Jeff Green, and if you do, how to apply what is best about the card, which is everything except range extender. He literally has everything I could possibly want out of a card. He's just 6'9", doing a whoopty. He's absolutely bonkers. I love him, love him, love him. Thank you so much for watching this. I will see you all in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and peace.